CBS News royal expert Shannon Spence joins us now with more details. Shannon, first of all of this breaking news out of Kensington Palace. What is your first reaction to that roughly 2-minute video from Princess Catherine?
My first reaction was that it was incredibly sad that the internet made her do this, really. She was not prepared to share this news yet. I think that they had shared her surgery at the start of January and given us a time frame for when she would be back. Even though this is an update to that original prognosis or that original statement, this was clearly forced out of them based off of all of the controversy that was swirling around them for the last several weeks.
And you can tell in that video how raw those emotions were and that she's still really processing this diagnosis. Can we talk about her demeanor when we're used to seeing her smiling, shaking hands with people?
Well, we always see her sort of on in princess mode, right? Like that's them at their job. This was her as a person, as a human. I actually thought it was the most relatable I've ever seen her come across. She's just sort of sitting there talking. And of course it was a prepared statement. I saw the statement a couple minutes before it came out, and so she was reading from a prompter, but she felt real and genuine. And I think that was needed in this moment because there have been so many questions about what is going on with her, but it was the most sort of, at ease that I've really ever seen her, which was, it's an interesting dichotomy based off of what she was delivering.
You have to really think about what she's been going through over the last several weeks. There were speculations about infidelity, all while going through it, now knowing what she was really going through. What do you make of that and the pressure on her family? She does have 3 young kids.
I think that frankly, it's really shameful that the internet would not just let this woman recover when it was very, very clear. They were very clear from the beginning that she was going through a major surgery. She was in the hospital for 14 days post-op. That's a very, very long time. That signaled from the very beginning this was serious. They told us, from their perspective, they told us everything that we needed to know about her, and then they were not granted the benefit of the doubt, the benefit of the space for her to recuperate with her family and her children.
What do we think this means for the royal family, the royal duties? Because we know King Charles recently came out about his own cancer diagnosis in February. What does that mean for, does it mean scaling back appearances? What do you think?
Yeah, so she actually said in her statement, it's been an incredibly difficult time for my family. And I read that as not just her immediate family, her children and her husband, but also, the wider family, because actually the king is dealing with a very similar situation. In January, they released a statement that the king was going into the hospital just several days around the time of when Princess Kate was as well. And they also found cancer during a benign operation for the king. So this is a very similar timeline. It's a very similar story. They're dealing with it. These are 2 of the most senior members of the family. And it is incredibly difficult. I think this is showing some of the vulnerability of Charles's slimmed down monarchy, which economically makes a lot of sense in that the public only has to rely on seeing and financing, those in the sort of immediate line of succession. But this is like a disaster scenario where, okay, so say there's the king, the queen, Catherine and William, and 2 of the 4 are out of commission at the moment with major, health challenges.
And you were also saying even purely disclosing that they've been diagnosed with cancer is a big move out of Kensington Palace and for the royal family.
Not just Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, like the family all together. Just 2 years ago, the late Queen Elizabeth II passed away from the late on stages of cancer, and we did not know that until after she had passed. There were rumors swelling for maybe about 9 months, but it really never hit the fever pitch that this did. So the Queen came from a very old school type of upbringing and understanding of what the monarchy should be, and King Charles obviously has different different ideas. And so does the Prince of Wales. And so this step towards transparency for both the king, Buckingham Palace, and the Wales family, Kensington Palace, was huge. And it was a show of trust with the public. And I'm really sad that the public broke their end of that deal with the Princess of Wales.
The silver lining in this might be the awareness portion of the awareness to get checked, the awareness to be on top of doctor's appointments. How do you think royal fans are going to take this bit of news today?
I always knew that when Princess Catherine was ready, that she was going to come out and discuss whatever health challenge she had been dealing with and be an advocate for that. I always knew that that was the case. I was not expecting it to be cancer. I was expecting it to be something different, but this is where they really thrive. This is where the monarchy can really be a change maker in being advocates and raising awareness. And so, you know, immediately when I watched her video, I Googled, I think I saw a statistic about cancer being on the rise for people under 50. And sure enough, you know, I brought that up, and I'm sure those Google results will be going crazy this evening. But also I was texting with a friend who also dealt with colon cancer as a young man, and was saying to him, you know, if that's what it is, and that's just pure speculation, but if it's something like that, you know, this will raise so much awareness for that cause and hopefully research dollars. And so there is a silver lining. I'm sure that's what she's telling herself this evening when I didn't want to go out this early with this news, but I can be an advocate for good here.
You know, and it was caught early, and she's in preventative chemo treatment. So there's that also. And she says she's feeling strong. She's ready to just, you know, get back to normal life. And she's telling her kids that she's okay. So thank you so much, CBS News Royal expert Shannon Spence. Thank you so much.
Thank you.